Hi everyone. In this week's Parsha, Parshas Terumah, we learn about the building of the Mishkan, the sanctuary in the desert. And we also learn about how we should build the vessels to go into the Mishkan. One of those vessels is the menorah, which is a 7-branched candelabra, which is to be lit and of course will bring light into the Mishkan, into the world. The commentaries tell us that the menorah symbolizes Torah, because just like the menorah brought light into the world, so Torah, learning, teaching, brings light into the world. Now, the way that the Torah describes how the menorah should be made is that it should be miksha, it should be hammered out. And Rabbi Nachman says that the word miksha is connected to the word akshan, or stubborn. And he explains that sometimes we may come upon a piece of Torah that is very difficult for us to grasp, but with enough stubbornness, we should keep on going until we actually grasp it, and Hashem will reward those efforts that we make. Now, the Torah goes on to say that it should be made out of gold, and the Mefarshim tell us that the terminology that's used, that it should be miksha, that it should be hammered out, means that it should be one piece of gold that then is hammered into the various shapes and decorations, rather than being lots of different pieces of gold that are then soldered together. And this is symbolic of the Jewish people. The Jewish people are also one at our core. We are all connected, united, and then we differentiate out into different branches and different types of people. And each of those branches, the whole purpose of the menorah is to bring light into the world. So we know that each one of us is also here to bring light into the world. And this can be done in many, many different ways. Each one of us has our differentiated, 7 different branches, because we represent different unique paths of bringing that light into this world. For some people, it's just smiling. For some people, it's passing along a kind word. For other people, it could be teaching a class. It could be teaching someone else a skill. It could be giving someone a ride somewhere. It could be making a meal. There's countless different ways that each of us can bring more light into the world. Eventually, the menorah would be put into the Beis HaMikdash, the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. And when it was put into the Beis HaMikdash, the windows of the Beis HaMikdash were created in such a way that the maximum amount of light could go from the inside, where the menorah was, to the outside world. So there's a very important teaching for us in that our light that Hashem put into each one of us is meant to be shared with the world. We are meant to have an effect on the world with that light. And I think we can go back to Rabbi Nachman's teaching and say that we should also be akshanim about that. We should be stubborn that we have something to contribute to the world, and we should be stubborn in contributing it to the world. So I want to give us all a bracha, a blessing, that each of us should be able to bring as much light into the world as we possibly can in our own unique way. And we should have the strength to be very, very stubborn, and to know in that stubbornness that we have something to contribute. Shabbat Shalom.